Alright, what's up everyone? How are you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are doing great. Today I have a pretty short video planned on the best Season 9 control settings that I personally use, so stay tuned. Now before I continue, I just want to thank you guys so much for 300 subscribers. I thank you all for all your support and I appreciate you all. Now let's get into the content. So now for the settings, currently I actually got hands on a couple of paddles and control freaks. But for those who also have paddles, let me just quickly tell you what mine is. On the left side, I have it as jump, and on the right side, I have it as crouch. And that's basically it. That's the only reason why I use the paddles. And for the control freaks, I have a mid-rise on my right stick, which is for aiming. And I like the mid-rise a little more than the high-rise because the high-rise kind of gets in the way whenever I'm trying to click, and it does get a little awkward. But for those who do not have control freaks or paddles, these are my controller presets when I had them before. The first will be jump, and for jump I have it on the left stick when you click it down, and I'll explain that later when it comes to sprinting and stuff. And then for crouch I have it on my right stick, and that helps a lot with crouch spamming and weirdly strafing, which I'll obviously get over in the later part of the video. And by default, of course, sprint and the melee will be B and A. Those don't matter as much, especially the sprint one, because I always have mine at automatic sprint, but that's something I will cover later. So if you've watched my older videos on controller settings, these are basically all the same. For my stick layout, that's default. Interact reload button, that's tap to use and reload. For my crouch button, that's toggle. Aim button is hold. Survival slot button is on, and the reason why I have it on instead of off is, for one, I don't really care about weapon inspect, and for two, whenever I'm in the storm, I really want to drop one of the heat shields, I believe they're called, and this is very helpful for doing so. For trigger dead zones, I have it at none, and to explain to those who don't understand, that makes it where you can click way faster, and that will make it where if you're using a semi-automatic weapon, you can get out as much bullets as possible and pretty much get the winning kill. Now for the menu cursor speed, I have that just a little over the default because whenever I'm trying to like loot and get weapons, I can do that faster and then get back to the fight. Now for movement slash aiming, for my look sensitivity, I have that on default, which is 3. And for my look sensitivity on ADS, I have that on low slash 2. And the reason why I have it lower is because when you're ADS, you want to be a lot more accurate than you are just normally looking around. And that's why it's always 1 under. For the per optic settings, they're all default. They're nothing to get crazy about. I just keep them default because I don't personally feel like I have to manually, fix that up. Now for my response curve, which is extremely important, I have it on steady. And the reason why I have it on steady is because it helps a lot with longer range engagements with weapons like the R301, the Spitfire, and a few semi-automatic weapons, but mainly automatic weapons. And it's also just so much better. It really adds with the aim assist, and honestly, I've seen myself get a lot more kills, hits, and damage throughout my time using steady than I have before when it was default. Now for look dead zone, I have that on none because you don't need a look dead zone. Movement dead zone is small, which is default. The invert look is off because I don't want an invert look, and vibration is off because I personally feel like it distracts me from battle. I've seen that happen sometimes, and having it off just makes me fully immersed in game. Now for my advanced look controls, I have that off. I don't personally think I need them on because the only reason you would go in there is for aim assist, which should always be on. But yeah, those are all my settings. I went ahead and tried to make it as quick and as informative as possible. With that said though, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, also subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.